A scanning project is getting your records converted from analog to digital, but there are multiple ways you can actually pay for it. So what we're gonna cover here are the three main options you have for paying for a project, and then giving you some ideas on which one might be right for you. First is the lump sum scanning project, and it's just like it sounds. You have a scanning project, you have money now, you basically pay for it as it's done. You're not doing some type of payment plan or long-term paying. Let's assume you're working with us. It takes a month to do, we send you an invoice, you pay that amount. Let's say it takes 6 months. Yeah, you're kind of paying over time, but each month when we complete work and we send you an invoice, you pay that full amount when it's due. You're not kind of doing bits and pieces for the amount that's invoiced. You're saying, hey, you billed me this, I pay you that, you move on. This is the most straightforward method. We put together a scope of work with you, we have a contract, all that, we get the project started, and we just do the work, bill you, and you pay us. Very straightforward. This is the most common, I'd say probably at least 90% of the time, the lump sum payment method is the option that our clients choose. The next type of payment option is the facilities management. That's what we call it. There are variations on what folks call it, but we call it facilities management. Basically, let's say you have 500,000 sheets of microfiche. Large project that would typically take something like, depending on what you need, I mean, it could be 6 to 12 months, let's say. But let's assume that you don't have the money to do that, and we can do that in that schedule. We can scan it in, let's say 8 months. We say, hey, I don't want to pay it all in that 8 months. Can we do it over time? So what we would do is we say, sure, we'll take your 500,000 sheets and we'll keep it in our facilities and manage it, facilities management. We'll say we'll scan a minimum number of sheets of microfiche per month. Let's say it's 10,000 microfiche sheets just for sake of discussion. That would be 500,000 divided by 10,000 is 50. So it's a 50-month project, about a 4-year project. Let's say, we agree to this. You say that timeline's great. So we're gonna guarantee we scan a minimum of 10,000 fiche per month, and we'll agree that we're gonna bill you a maximum of some number. Let's just say it's $1 per fiche. We'll say, hey, we're gonna scan a minimum of 10,000 fiche, and we'll bill you a maximum of 15,000 a month. So maybe if we have more capacity, we scan an extra 5,000, but we will bill you a maximum of $15,000 a month. So you'll have an absolute maximum of $15,000 a month in payments, and you're getting a minimum of 10,000 fiche done. So it's gonna take no more than 50 months, maybe a little quicker if we scan a little more, but you can see how that works for the benefit of you saying, it gets done in a certain time, but you have a maximum payment per month. The benefit for us is we can use this as what we like to call filler work, meaning we know we're required to scan a minimum 10,000 fiche per month, but if we want to scan more, let's say we have capacity, we don't have as much fiche from other projects, we say, hey, we have this 500,000 fiche sitting here, and we know we have to do 10,000, but we have capacity for 60,000 this month. We'll scan 60, but we will still not bill you more than that maximum dollar amount per month. So we'll definitely be able to scan at least 10,000. You're getting that, but we may do more because we have the capacity. So it allows us to kind of flex and keep our people scanning while getting your records done, and you have that payment plan. So it's a good benefit for both parties, meaning we have the materials, we can scan them, we guarantee work being done, you have maximum payments, but we can fill in the gaps when we need to, but we still don't bill you except for that maximum amount. So that's called facilities management. And the last type of payment is just called scan now, pay later. So what that would mean is, let's say you have 500 boxes of records and you say, I'd love to get these done, I just don't have the budget. I only have the budget for about a third of it. Let's just say that's the case. We might say, okay, that's fine. How about this? We'll scan all 500 boxes now, but we'll bill you over 3 years, meaning you get all 500 boxes scanned, you get all your records done up front. Let's say that takes about 3-4 months. So over the course of 4 months, we scan all 500 boxes, you get your records immediately. We do the entire job, but we will bill you a certain amount year one after the project's done most likely, and then a year later will be the second installment, and then a year later will be the third installment. So the benefit to you is you get the entire thing done right away. You get the benefit of having all the records scanned. You can utilize them, access them, do whatever you need with them, but you only have to pay a certain amount that first year and then the other amount over time. Okay, so now here we are. You've heard the 3 methods. Which is right for you? I would recommend if you have the money, you have the budget now, you go with the first option. You have the lump sum, meaning when we invoice you, you just pay the amount. You're not planning on a long-term payment plan. If you have the money, you have the budget, it's likely part of your budgeting cycle. You already planned for this. You just pay for it and you move on. You have to worry about paying later, some sort of more logistical operation. You're saying, I got scanned, I got invoice, here's the money, thank you, and everyone can move on. You might be thinking like the facilities management idea, which could be a good option if you have a lot of records and you want to be doing on a very regimented plan. So you get a minimum of this, many records scanned, you have a maximum payment. That is a good option if you want to have that sort of lock-in payment method, like every month you're paying a certain amount, you're getting something from it because it's a large project. If you have something like 100 boxes, you're not going to do facilities management. This is for large projects. So it usually works for that because it's harder to get a massive budget for a very large project. So you may want to do that facilities management. You can do it over 3, 4, 5 years, whatever it is. So you can slowly whittle down the number of records that need to be scanned and also just do those little payments at a time. So facilities management could be right for you if you have a very large project like that. Scan first, pay later sounds great. There's one thing to keep in mind. It's not necessarily let's say it's, to make it easy, it's a $120,000 project. It's not going to be, okay, it's $120,000 as a lump sum. So sure, you pay 40 this year, 40 next year, 40 the next year. There's going to be some type of interest added on because of the kind of a loan aspect to it, like a bank, right? You're only paying a certain amount, so you're getting the benefit of having everything done, but only paying a portion, so that you're not necessarily going to break it up into 3 equal payments from the lump sum number. So if it's 120,000, you did lump sum, the project's done in 4 months, 120,000 is paid, you move on. If you do it over a payment plan, there's gonna be a little add-on there because of us basically financing your project over that 2, 3, 4 year period where you get everything done first but pay over time. So keep that in mind. But if you want to go that direction, we've had many clients do that. It works for them because they get the benefit of everything being done right away and they just pay a little more over that time period. So that could be right for you. Basically, at the end of the day, if you're not sure which method works, financing, budgeting, it's all the fun part is the actual scanning, but the money part has to come into play. If you're not sure, just reach out to us and we can talk to you about different options and how to get it done. So if you want to talk about your project, go to the description. There's a link in there to contact us. Just fill out your information, a little bit of your project. You get in touch with us. We'll be back in touch with you very rapidly. We'll get one of our sales executives to follow up and chat with you about your project. Also, if you're thinking, why should I even do a scanning project? Check out this video here, which talks about the key benefits of record scanning. Take a look about why you should go forward with digitizing and why it's a benefit to your organization. Thank you for watching. See you next time.